Okay, Rad, I'm going to do a little video because I'm, starting to get that marbles in my head feeling again. Looking at your diagram. Okay, so this particular light, as you know, as I've shown you, has 3 pins on the back because this is not grounded by the body by a screw to the body by a screw or anything like that. So I have it at 200 ohms. It's reading 2 ohms. When this is on to the left, center is off, to the right is the door. Now, obviously on the far right, this one comes out and goes all the way around. The center one goes from one end of the light bulb to the other. In other words, when it's in off. And then on this side, which is the pin where I have the connector connected to this pin, which is the third one, or the furthest one to the left. Okay? So the green is on the positive terminal of the multimeter right now. Sorry. Which is the center of the 3 pins, which is obviously to the light bulb, so I'm assuming that is the constant 12 volts, and then it's switched ground, so this is on, and this is door. On is to the left, door is to the right. Same as up here. So, okay, I have 2 ohms. Sorry about the light up there. I have 2 ohms there, and if I switch it to off, that's the reading. If I switch it to door, nothing, until I switch the ground to the door side, in which case I get again around 2 ohms. Flips around a little bit. Okay, so now what I was thinking is kind of odd is when I come up and take the power, which is on the red one, green is to the positive terminal on the ohm meter. So if I connect it right to the pin here, I let it sit for a minute. Let's get a little better connection there. Okay. Let it sit for a minute. It goes down to 0.4 ohms. If I go to the other side, of the contact, it's going to 2 again. Now, I think what this is, this light bulb, the cap came off on one side. I straightened the filament out on the end and it's still touching, but I think I would have to get an accurate thing. If I don't have another 36mm festoon, I'd probably have to connect these 2 right with a screw or something like that, just to complete the contact. Right? So, checking from this side where it comes right out of the pin that I'm feeding the power from on the ohm meter, and then the ground connected to either one, door or door to the right, off in the center, on to the left, go back to on, off, nothing, go to door, nothing. On, which is the left, nothing. So, I'm hoping that answers your question. I did some other things, some other testing with it where I switched the things around. Let's see. This is why I was getting I think why I'm getting a wonky reading from here. .2 is because, as I said, I don't think this light bulb is working very well. So yeah, the same pin, the center pin that controls power, constant hot. Oops, sorry. Is connected to the terminal. Well, it must be working, I guess, because when I switch it, right, when I switch the switch, it has to be going through all the way through the bulb to complete the circuit, so that's kind of what throws me off there. So I go back to on, Goes to about 2 ohms. Go to the door. Goes down to about 2 ohms. So I'm assuming I'm hopefully doing that right. 12 volts is the center, and then switch ground to either side. You said on here constant ground on the on, and then to the door lock detection switch for the door, which is I guess how I would be wiring it up, and 12 volts to the center pin. So I'm guessing I would have 12 volts to the center pin, constant ground to the on, and then the door lock detection switch on door running to the rear, the same spot I'm going to be jumping into with the dome light. So let me know what you think of what I just showed you there.